keep staring. Face with a hit for keep everything. Just hope for the stage on scared me. When the money comes still on your face. Get money right now, no time to be. 48 hours, I ain't had no sleep. And I love it, slut, shaking low. Double up, I'm in love with my cup. I'm in love with the bag. Look, take some script, I piped in 100 a plus. I'm in love with the fans. Beat this stuff in the bed, no bed, yo, trunk in the front. One blue line, she dance for me. She don't got chick.
We are just about ready for baseball here on this Thursday evening, heading towards night at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa, your play-by-play voice of the Anchors all season long. The Anchors today taking on the Seals, what was scheduled for a 6 o'clock first pitch, starting just a little late here at the College of Alameda. The Anchors take on the Seals to start off the second half of the BACL campaign, sitting a half game back of West Coast Kings Gold for that coveted first spot in the BACL. Tony Vasquez takes the mound. He's ready. His first pitch is called for ball one. Very close pitch, misses. That one's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Tony Vasquez takes the mound in what's a very depleted pitching staff for Derek Livingston's Anchors. That one misses away. It's 2-1 strike. Leading off, Kyle Abbott, who lines that one foul back to the screen. It's 2 strikes. Kyle Abbott will be followed by Ashton Gillio, Gavin Ducker, Cam Collier, Lucas Coca, Elijah Moutry, Gary Scanavino, and Adam Dapowitz, Andrew Wong round out the 9 for the Seals. Tony Vasquez in a 2-2 count with the leadoff man Kyle Abbott, the shortstop today for the Seals, who sit 2 games out of first. The Anchors, though, would go into a tie with the Kings if they can win today. Timeout called at the plate by Kyle Abbott. The defense behind Vasquez, I'll give that to you after his 2-2 delivery, which is popped foul down the first base side, and the count holds at 2 strikes. Michael Weber will play first base, Kai Holm at second, Brady Wetzel the shortstop, and Chris Bliscoe over at third. Left to right, Aiden Tackless, Jack Bollinger, and Brendan Bell. That one just misses as well. Vasquez has been all around the zone, just not getting the calls. Filler up, 3 strikes to the leadoff man, Abbott. That one's fouled off again. The battle continues. And Kyle Abbott doing just what the leadoff man should, working along at bat against Vasquez, the starter. Not sure how many Tony Vasquez can go. He was named to the BACL All-Star game, so he will pitch Saturday. Another 3-2 inside ball 4, and Kyle Abbott leads off the ball game with a walk.
The right fielder, number 17, Ashton Gillio.
First pitch is called a ball to Ashton Gillio. He's the left fielder tonight for the Seals. Runner goes. Velo's throw is up the line. It hits the runner and kicks into left field. Heading to third on the play is Abbott. He gets a stolen base plus an E2. The error charged to Caleb Velo. It's a 2 strikes, as I think the pitch missed high. Two balls and no strikes. The Seals threatening early against Vasquez. No pitch calls home plate umpire Keith Baker.
Where did that come from? It came from the cages.
Ball was flying onto the field from the batting cages down the left field line. So it stays 2 balls and no strikes to Ashton Gillio, the left fielder, looking to knock in the first run for the Seals. He takes low. He's way ahead. It's 3-0. Vasquez struggling with command to the first few hitters here. Chris Bliscoe plays in on the grass at third. The rest of the infield back. 3-0 misses for a ball, and there's runners on the corners now with still nobody out, and that brings up Gavin Ducker.
Number 13, Gavin Ducker.
Ducker, the first baseman, stands in from the right side against the right-hander Antonio Vasquez. Works off ever so slightly the first base side of the slab. The runner bluffs. Now he's going to go. It's cut on and missed. Bello with a nice block to keep it in front. So the runners move to second and third. They stay out of the double play. And Gavin Ducker with a line drive to the outfield could score a couple of runs. The 0-1 from Vasquez cut on and missed. He was late on a fastball. And Vasquez way ahead. It's 0-2. Looking to settle in after walking the first 2 Seals he's faced. 0-2 delivery is bounced towards second. Past the dive of Kai Home into center field. 1 run's going to score. The second run will score as well. Holding at first with a 2-ribby single is Gavin Ducker. And just like that, it's 2-0 Seals. The Yankees coming off what was a tough Independence Day tournament, dropping 2 of the 3 games they faced, including a 19-9 loss to the San Bruno Captains. They did finish it off with a victory yesterday, a 10-0 mercy of the, a 12-2 mercy of the Redbirds. Now, starting the second half of the BACL season, hoping to pick up where they left off as they won their last 2 league games, both on the road. But that has been a pattern for this Anchors team. They're very good in league and just can't buy a win in the other games they're playing. They have a below 500 record overall, but are well above 500 in league. 10-5 in the BACL. Sit 11-15 overall. Not before the Independence Day tournament. So Cam Collier steps in. It's even a ball and a strike to him, with the runner on first and nobody out. The Seals' first 2 hitters have already come around to score. Fastball misses just below the knees. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The right-hander turns and lobs one over the first. Gavin Ducker dives back to the bag. Anchors put themselves in an early hole, 2-0. Vasquez trying to hold it right here. That one's popped up towards left. Wetzel, the shortstop, out, makes the catch 2 steps out onto the outfield grass. And there's one away, the first out recorded by Vasquez. That brings up Luis Coca, the third baseman tonight.
Number 21, Luis Coca.
Another right-handed hitter. Vasquez looking to turn a pair and get himself out of the inning. Checks the runner at first and fires from the sidestep. It's high, 1-0. Vasquez continues to fall behind these Seals hitters. There goes the runner. The throw from Velo is into center field. No advance. Velo's throw on 1 hop skipped right past Brady Wetzel and went into center. Pitch was called a ball. It's 2-0. The second stolen base. Well, beg your pardon, the third stolen base of the inning. Also picked up a base on an errant throw from Velo on the last stolen base attempt. 2-0 Seals, just getting started, top of the first. An Anchors offense that was struggling mightily coming into the Independence Day tournament picked it up a little bit, scoring 9 runs against the San Bruno Captains 2 days ago and 12 runs in just 7 innings yesterday. The question is, can they replicate that here today? And they're going to need to try and rally, as 2 runs already across for the Seals in the top of the first. That one misses low and away. Starting at one of our latest starts, it's already 6:45. Game scheduled for 6 o'clock. 3-0's ball is, beg your pardon, called strike. Luis Coco was halfway down to first base before Keith Baker called him back. And filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's fouled into the Anchors dugout. Devo Betancourt will take the mound for the Seals, and he'll do that with a 2-0 cushion. And the Seals looking to tack on more against Tony Vasquez, who steps off before his 3-2 offer.
They call him Devo.
Elijah Moultrie waiting on deck. Vasquez's 3-2's popped up. Shallow left. Tackless takes 1 step in. Now a few more steps to his right to make the catch. There's 2 down. The runner had to hold at second base.
The designated hitter, number 28, Elijah Moultrie.
So Elijah Moultrie steps in. Walk single has the Seals leading 2-0, but back-to-back pop-ups has Vasquez 1 pitch away now from escaping the inning with just 2 runs.
You like his knickers?
First pitch misses, a ball and no strikes. Vasquez still struggling to get ahead. The 1-0 is lined foul back to the screen. It's a ball and a strike. Anchors won 12-2 yesterday. Only had to use 2 pitchers. We'll see how many and what the formula is for Derek Livingston. Talking to him before the game, Francisco Aguayo and Aiden Sakai, both usual position players, available and ready to go down there in that bullpen. The 2-1 called strike at the knees. It's 2-2.
You got 2 strikes maybe?
Yeah, it's just delayed.
The 2-2 is low. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Are you there yet? Can you hear me?
Is it balls or strikes?
3-2 pitch. Bounced up the third base line. Vasquez fields, pump fakes, and it's an infield single for Elijah Moultrie, and that brings up Gary Scanavino. Moving to third on the play was Gavin
Center fielder,
Ducker.
number 5, Gary Scanavino.
Two walks and 2 singles in the inning have yielded 2 runs for the Seals. Vasquez trying to lead that 3rd run, stranded out at third base. Picked back. Moultrie is diving headlong safely back to first. Vasquez checks again, and he's once again safe. Keith Baker behind the dish, Tim Logan in the field, your 2 umpires. for this Thursday at night showdown in Alameda. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. Velo throws and didn't get him. Kyle had to step in and field it in front of the bag and turned in a swipe tag. Was late. The 4th stolen base of the inning. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. It's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Gary Scanavino. The pitch outside 3-0, and Vasquez in jeopardy of walking his 3rd hitter of the inning. We'll be back here on Sunday for a twin bill against TKB. Those games scheduled for 5 and 7:30 from the College of Alameda. 2-0. Beg your pardon, 3-0 is high ball 4. And the bases are full of seals. And out to the mound to talk it over goes Caleb Velo. The first 2 walked. A ribby single from Gavin Ducker plated both those runs. A couple pop-ups and now an infield single and a walk. The bases are loaded once again. And this is the worst case scenario for Derek Livingston, who didn't want to use Vasquez for that many pitches anyway, and he's had to use up a lot of them here in the first inning. The first pitch caught on and missed by Adam Dapkowitz. The catcher tonight, the 8th man to bat, the bottom of the order, Andrew Wong, comes up next. The 0-1 is just in off the corner. It's a ball and a strike. Close pitch from Antonio Vasquez, who's working quickly, delivers one high and tight. Another close pitch from Vasquez. Vasquez really has not missed badly with any of the pitches he's thrown so far. All around the zone, just not getting the calls. A 2-1 is bounced foul 3rd base side. It's 2-2. And Vasquez would take just 2 runs and leaving the bases loaded, keeping the Anchors very much in striking distance. An offense that has put up 21 runs the last 2 days. Ring him up! Outside corner! The inning is over. 2 runs on 2 hits. The bases left loaded. Seals get 2 in the top of the first, with the Anchors coming up in the bottom half. Jack Bollinger leads off for an Anchors team down 2-0, looking to spark a rally against Devo Betancourt. Jack Bollinger in center field tonight. He'll be followed by Kai Home and Aiden Tackless here in the home first for Alameda. Wearing the home whites with new white caps when they're out on the field. You see those for third base coach Derek Livingston and first base coach Marciano Reichel. Bollinger hurrying up the line, but he's thrown out. Jack was flying up the first base line on that high chopper out to second.
Baseman number 5, Kai Holmes.
But Wong makes the play, and one pitch went out for Betancourt. Bollinger's down 4-3. That brings up Kai Home. Home was on base 3 times in the 19-9 loss. He walked twice and singled. He went 1 for 2 in the, beg your pardon, 1 for 3 in the mercy rule yesterday morning. Anchors playing their 4th game in as many days. A 1-1, a breaking ball misses somewhere. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Small zone from Keith Baker here in the first. The 2-1 from Betancourt. That one misses as well. It's 3-1. Kai Home way ahead. The power hitting Aiden Tackless waits on deck. Home, a slightly open stance from the right side. Pops that one out towards shallow right. Coming on is Gilio. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Tackless, Aiden.
Aiden Tackless now coming to the plate.
Our left fielder number 44, Aiden Tackless.
The BACL standings right now see the West Coast Kings at 10-4, a half game up on these Anchors who sit at 9-4. The Seals are 8-6, 2 back of West Coast Kings Gold. The Anchors and the Seals the only game in action today, so the Anchors would go into a tie for first place with a victory. They're just going to have to do it from behind. The 0-1 is low. It's a ball and a strike. After Tackless is Michael Weber, Brendan Bell, J.P. Boyle, Caleb Velo gets the catching duties tonight. Chris Bliskel, who was red hot over the weekend, hitting 8th, and Brady Wetzel rounds out the 9 for Derek Livingston. Still filling in for Dustin Cheney away from the ball club. 2-1 misses.
Yeah, we were.
I was just saying for Justin.
2 balls, 1 strike to Aiden Tackless, who waits on a 2-1, and it's way high, 3-1.
Justin Bieber or Justin
Bieber.
It is Bieber.
3 balls and 1 strike. Tackless ahead of Betancourt. The pitch is high ball 4, and the Anchors have their first base runner of the evening, and that brings Michael Weber to the plate for his first trip. Splitting the first base duties with Alonso Guijarro and Telly Hill.
Michael Weber.
Derek Livingston goes with Weber tonight. We didn't see him all weekend. In the lineup today, the right-handed hitter, big hole on the right side as Ducker holds him on, sends one out towards right center. Medium depth, Scanavino on his horse and makes the catch in the right center field alley to end the inning. 1 in the books from Alameda, 2-0 Seals. 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Seals. Andrew Wong, and then back to the top in Kyle Abbott and Ashton Gillio. Wong, the second baseman, batting from the left side, lines the first pitch he sees foul down the third base line. Coaching third base today is Tony Luca, and at first Josh Ham for the Seals. That one. This is outside. Vasquez's fastball runs just off the corner, and we're evened up at a ball and a strike. Wong takes low, 2-1. Vasquez has yet to miss badly. Really, the first time through the lineup, he's been all around the zone, but just not getting the calls. It's yielded 3 Seals walks, and that one though, he gets the called strike at the top of the zone, and we're even at 2-2. Kyle Abbott, the shortstop and leadoff man, waits on deck. He walked and scored last inning. That one's hit a mile high. Third base side, Chris Bliscoe makes the catch. There's one down. The first out recorded in the second. And that brings up the leadoff man, Kyle Abbott.
Back to the top of the order, number 11, Kyle Abbott.
Abbott, the shortstop for the Seals, who look to draw within a half game of the Anchors with a win today, and 1.5 out of first. First one is in there for a called strike. Next one's popped back to the screen towards us, and it lands in the seats. Vasquez way ahead, 0-2. A much bigger Anchors roster today, as they only had 12 players at the field yesterday. Corey Houston went 5, and Michael Polito finished off the last 3 in what turned into an 8-inning mercy. Damian Wapuz with the club today, not pitching, as he went 70 in the 19-9 loss against the Captains back on Tuesday afternoon. But 1-2 from Vasquez is low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Derek Livingston down there just trying to see how he can piece together 23 more outs. That one misses badly. A fastball is yanked by Vasquez. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-2 offer from Vasquez. Low ball 4. And after going ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, Vasquez loses Kyle Abbott. He's walked him 2 times, and Ashton Gillio comes to the plate. Gillio walked as well in the first inning, as Vasquez started the game with consecutive walks. From the side step, misses. No, that's 5 consecutive out of the zone from the Anchors starter. Vasquez, though, making his first start, usually a reliever for Livingston's ball club. Stares in from his sign from Velo and misses outside. It's 2-0. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ashton Gillio. Vasquez delivers low again. It's 3-0. Vasquez in jeopardy of walking his 5th seal. Vasquez sets at the letters, delivers the 3-0, the get me over fastball at the knees. It's 3-1. The inning started with a pop out to Bliscoe down at third, and now back-to-back walks to the top of the order, and Derek Livingston's gonna go have a word with his starter. So Derek Livingston goes out to the mound to talk with his infield, trying to settle down Antonio Vasquez, who's walked 5 Seals through just an inning and a third. And now that brings up Gavin Ducker. Gavin lined a single right back through the middle, knocking in
Number
2
15, Gavin
in his
Ducker.
first trip. He wound up being stranded at third when Vasquez left him loaded and limited the damage to 2 runs back in the top of the first. Looking to do the same here. His infield plays for 2. That one misses outside, a breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. It's 1-0. No action down the left field line for Livingston, but 1-0 is low again, a fastball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. Runners lead already from first and second on consecutive walks. Vasquez checks the runner, fires, caught on and missed, fooled him on a breaking ball. It's 2-1. The 2-1 delivery. Low, 3-1, and now Vasquez in jeopardy of loading the bases. The 3-1 offer. There goes the runners. The pitch is ball 4. So the base is loaded for the second consecutive inning, and that brings Cam Collier to the plate. Collier popped out to Bliscoe
Number 10,
in the
Cam
first.
Collier.
So no stolen base for Abbott and Gilio. It's 3 walks in a row. 5 on the day for Vasquez, but still could limit the damage with the ground ball. Weber plays in on the grass at first. Bliscoe in at third as well. The middle infield of Homan Wetzel plays for 2. The pitch is popped up on the infield. Wetzel ranging back, and he makes the catch 3 steps onto the grass. Just what Vasquez needed. The outs and the runners have to hold. Collier pops out for the second time in 2 innings. The infield can move back and get an out any way they can. Figure that's 2 pop-outs to short for Cam Collier on the day, and that brings up Luis Coca. Vasquez's first pitch drops in for a called strike 1. Coca flied out to Aiden Tackless and left in his first trip. The 0-1 is up and away, a ball and a strike. No place to put Luis Coca. The base is full of Seals. 2 outs, top half of the second inning. 1-1. Righty on righty. Vasquez deals a fastball cut on and missed. It's 1-2. Brendan Bell, J.P. Boyle, and Caleb Velo due up for the Anchors in the last of the second. The 1-2 from Vasquez is flared out towards right center, sinking fast. It's going to dunk in for a hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score on the Duncan single from Luis Coca. And the Seals double their lead. It's now 4-0. It looked for a second there like Vasquez was going to get out of the inning, but a cue shot single over the head of home makes it 4-0. Moultrie steps in. Coca give him 2 ribbies and his first hit of the ball game. And that brings up Elijah Moultrie. Moultrie singled and stole second his first trip.
Did Gavin Ducker come in on that? Did Gavin Ducker come in?
Kyle Abbott and Ashton Gilio score on the single.
Yeah, I think.
Gavin Ducker moves up 90 feet to second base. So both Kyle Abbott and Ashton Gillia have identical line scores, 2 walks and 2 runs scored, and it's 4-0 Seals here in the top of the second. And an Anchors offense is going to need a showing that they've put on the last 2 days. That's popped foul. It's 0-1 to Moultrie. Cloud cover over Pat Bale Field. The lights shining down as we're already at past 7 o'clock. A game that was supposed to start at 6. First pitch came at 6:32. That fastball misses just below the zone. Appeal for a check swing. He did not go. It's 1-1. Anchors 4th game in as many days. They went 1-2 in the Independence State Tournament, coming out 5th place out of the 6 teams. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. 1-2. The 1-2 misses, 2-2, and Vasquez's pitch count just continues to climb here in the second inning. The 2-2 from Vasquez, grounded out to Wetzel, flips the short way to home, and the inning is finally over. 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 left, on to the last of the second, 4-0 Seals.
The right fielder.
Brendan Bell leads off the bottom half of the second inning for an Anchors team desperately in need of a rally. They're down 4-0 to the Seals. The first one's low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Bell ahead in the count against Betancourt, just trying to get on and spark a rally, a big cut up. That's one. He comes up empty. It's a ball and a strike. Anchors and Seals, first game of the BACL second half. Bell sits on a breaking ball and crushes it to left. It's going to dunk in for a hit. He's going to round first, head for second, the throw, and they got him on the hand. Brendan Bell very aggressive on the base paths, and there's 1 down. So Bell out, the putout goes 7-4. It's a single for Bell, the first hit of the ball game for the Anchors. But he's out on the play, 7-4. A nice throw from the right fielder, and Bell was out by a good 4 steps at second base. When Anchor Squad that's just in desperate need of base runners lose one on the bases to start the inning. You never want to make the first out on the bases. Boyle crushes that one well foul down the third base line. So it's a ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Boyle. Boyle owns one of the 2 anchor home runs here at Pat Bale Field. The other belongs to Jordan Bolden. He stays alive here as he grounds it back to the screen. It's a ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Boyle. Boyle probably has the most raw power on this ball club. He waits on a 1-2 from Betancourt and takes a fastball up above his eyes. It's even at 2-2. That one's a slow roller up the first base line, kicks foul. Heads up play by J.P. Boyle, jumped over the ball. We saw in one of the games of the Independence Day Tournament a player run into the ball after grounding it up the first base line, that yielding in an out. But Boyle jumps over it and the battle continues at 2-2. Still no action in the pen. You'd think Tony Vasquez heads out for the third. So Bell got thrown out at second trying to stretch a hit to lead off the inning. Here, Boyle takes high, filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The infield playing him all but an overshift to pull. The 3-2 is pulled down the first base line fair. That's going to go all the way into the corner. Boyle rounds for his head for second. Giglio has to dig it out down the right field line, but Boyle holds at second with the double. Bell got thrown out. Bell got thrown out at second to start the inning, and I think that was too aggressive base running. I think Boyle could have made it to third there. He touched second right as Giglio was digging it out in the corner. So there's a runner at second with 1 out, but back-to-back hits off Betancourt here in the second inning.
Do you press that?
So Boyle at second, a first pitch fastball clips the outer corner. It's 0-1. And now you go back to Bell getting thrown out at second base. He almost surely would have scored if he was on the Boyle double. Boyle leads away and takes... Bello takes low and inside. Huge hole on the right side. The first baseman, Ducker, hugging the line. The second baseman, Wong, playing nearly up the middle. The 1-1 is a breaking ball high, 2-1. You're almost tempted to push bunt if you can get it anywhere near the second baseman. There's nobody there. Wong is almost holding the runner on second base. He's playing straight up the middle. Velo's way ahead now, 3-1. And we'll see if they let Caleb loose, way ahead in the count on Betancourt. The hot-hitting Chris Bliscoe waits on deck. Just missed a home run yesterday as he hit it about halfway up on the fence down the right field line. Velo lines that one to right. It's going to hang up too long for Giglio, but 3 very hard-hit baseballs off of Betancourt only yield a double here. That brings up the left-handed hitting Chris Bliscoe.
The third baseman, number 12, Chris Bliscoe.
This is the most aggressive defensive positioning we've seen from any BACL team, as they're clearly shifting for the left-handed hitters. Ducker well on the line. Ducker hugging the line at first. Coca well off the line at third. The pick back to second. Boyle in safely. Boyle at second with a one-out double. Now 2 away for Chris Bliscoe, a pick back to second. Boyle heads back, no throw. Bell led off the inning with a hard hit ball to left, ended up getting thrown out at second. Boyle doubled down the right field line, Vela lined out. Bliscoe ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. A check on second and the 2-0 finds the inside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Rules home plate umpire Keith Baker. That one finds the outer edge. It's 2-2. That one's low and away.
Keith Baker, sweep I've never seen that.
Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bliscoe waits. Boyle, we'll see if he runs on the 3-2. Already 1 out made on the base pass by the Anchors. You don't want to end the frame the same way. Boyle doesn't go. Bliscoe takes ball 4. And Brady Wetzel will come to the plate.
Rating 0.
Yeah.
Runners lead from first and second for Brady Wetzel.
0, Brady Wetzel.
Wetzel looking to get the Anchors on the board. Takes up and away. So Wetzel ahead 1-0. And out to the mound to talk it over goes Dapkowitz to talk to Betancourt, and what's turned into a dodgy inning for the right-hander. Devo Betancourt, the righty, pitching to Brady Wetzel. The 1-0 is caught on a miss. Wetzel late on a fastball. It's a ball and a strike. Boyle from second. Bliscoe from first. The 1-1. Brady lines that one towards right. Sinking fast is going to dunk in for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Bliscoe's going to head to third and stop there. An RBI single from Brady Wetzel. The 3rd hit of the inning. Boyle scores. Bliscoe the 3rd. And now Jack Bollinger comes up, and he represents the tying run here in the last of the 2nd.
Top of the order, number 2.
4-1. The Seals lead. Cut into just a little bit, and Bollinger, we'll see if he can knock in yet another run. We saw the Anchors score 4 runs on what turned into wild pitches, but here they do it with the bats. Bollinger singles. Wetzel goes to third. Bollinger into second. An RBI single for Bollinger. He moves to second on the throw. The Anchors bats alive here in the second. It's now 4-2. The very speedy Jack Bollinger took advantage of the aggressive base running from Wetzel to move up to second. Chris Bliscoe comes in to score.
5, Kai Holmes.
It's back-to-back 2-out singles. Now if Kai Holm could get a single of his own or find the outfield grass in any way, we'd have ourselves a tie ball game. Holm takes outside. It's a ball and no strikes. Bell led off the inning, getting thrown out at second, trying to stretch a single. Boyle doubled. Velo lined to right, a hard-hit ball in itself. A Bliscoe walk, a Wetzel single, and a Bollinger single. Holm hits it hard to short, and it kicks away from Abbott into center field. Bollinger's going to score from second. A 2 RBI error from Abbott, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. That's an E6 on Kyle Abbott, 2-run score. It's 4-4, and an Anchors team that was struggling mightily offensively have come up big in the last 3 days, and I talked about it all of the first half that situational hitting was a problem for this team. Well, they're doing it all here in the second inning with 4 consecutive base runners, for that matter, here with 2 outs, a walk, 2 singles, and an E6. So Holmes at first. 2 of the runs now unearned on the line of Devo Betancourt. A pick back, home in safely. Aiden Takalis walked his first time up. The 0-1, a curveball high. It's 1-1. Anchors hang a 4 spot here in the last of the second to tie up this ball game, and now getting some pitching going will be the worry. A 1-1. Takalis takes low, 2-1. Michael Weber waits on deck, and then Brendan Bell, if the Anchors can bat around. Ducker holding the runner on at first, so hole on the right side. Takalis, a left-handed hitter, takes outside. 3-1 now. He's way ahead. A much-needed big inning for the Anchors. The 3-1 to Takalis takes low ball 4. He's walked 2 times in 2 innings.
Number 36,
Michael Weber stands in. If he can get himself a hit, the Anchors could take the lead.
Hello.
The pitch is well outside 1-0.
Huh? Sure. I'm in the booth. If I'm in the
1
booth,
ball
if I'm doing something.
and no strikes. The pitch is popped foul, first base side. It's 1-1.
My sister.
1 ball and 1 strike to Michael Weber, the power hitting first baseman. The 1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. Very hard contact by every single Anchor this inning. 1 out was recorded on Bell getting thrown out, the other on a line drive off the bat of Caleb Vela that just hung up too long for the right fielder, Gilio. Weber had in the count 2-1. He waits and takes outside 3-1. And Brendan Bell waits on deck, ready to hit for the second time this frame. He already has a single. 4 runs have come in to score. The 3-1 inside ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Number 27, Brendan Bell.
For Brendan Bell. It's 4-4 ball game here in the last half of the second inning.
Marcus. Yeah, but Marcus has yeah, well, he didn't have a choice.
4 runs have come in to score. The bases are now full of anchors, and Brendan Bell's gonna step in for the second time.
Yeah, that's what you get, boy. Love you, Marcus.
So this inning for the anchors, 9 have hit. Bell single then was thrown out to lead off the inning. Then a Boyle double, a Velo line out, a Blisco walk, a Wetzel single, a Bollinger single, a crucial E6, and now consecutive walks. And Brendan Bell will hit for the second time in the
The
frame.
answer is number 27, Brendan Bell.
Bell, who lined a single into left to lead off this inning, would love to do the same here. Infield plays back. The pitch is low, 1-0. Oh, it's a called strike at the knees to Brendan Bell. It's 1-0. 0-1, beg your pardon. Close pitch on what's been a very small zone all night. That one well outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded, 4-4 game here in the last of the second. The right fielder playing way off the line. Bell lines it back up the middle. That's gonna score 2. Cruising in from second, Tackless moving up 90 feet. Bell has 2 hits in the inning, and now JP Boyle's gonna hit again. It's 6-4 anchors. The runners from second and third come in to score.
Number 13, JP Boyle.
Kai home and Aiden Tackless touch home. And that brings up JP Boyle, who's already roped a double his first trip. Takes a called strike 1 over the outside edge. No balls, 1 strike to Boyle, who takes outside 1-1. Devo Betancourt just hung out to dry here. There's no one up in the bullpen. He's already given up 6 runs in the inning. To be fair to him, 4 of them now unearned. That one inside 2-1. After the E6 walk single, a ground ball to short looked like it was going to end the inning with the Seals leading 4-2. Instead, it kicked away from Kyle Abbott, and 2 anchors scored, and 2 more have scored since. That ball's popped up. It's going to get out of play down the third base line, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Velo, who's already 0 for 1 this inning, waits on deck.
See, someone needs to warm him up. Marcus is not warming him up.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, high, filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Caleb Velo would love to get another crack.
Is it 2 balls or 3 balls?
3-2 to Boyle. Runners lead from first and second. Now there's action in the pen for the Seals, and a pick back. Everyone's there safely. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one's low ball 4. Boyle's on for the second time in the inning. And that brings up Caleb Velo.
Is this clear? I can clear it.
Velo lined out to right, and you never want to make 2 outs in the same inning.
Number 9, Caleb Velo.
Velo hit a hard line drive to right. He was the second hitter of the inning off Betancourt. There's action in the pen. It looks like Isaac Gala. Velo takes a cold strike. It's 1-1. The Yankees have hung a 6 spot here in the bottom of the second. Anchors catcher Aiden Sakai will join me in the booth for the top of the third. If we ever get there, the Yankees could score another 6 between now and then. All 6 runs coming with 2 outs in the inning. This is a 2-out rally if I've ever seen one. That breaking ball is called a strike, even up 2-2. 2-2 to Caleb is low. It kicks away. Holding at third is Michael Weber, but Filler up 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the anchor dugout letting Michael know that he probably should have scored on that one. Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Velo. Runners going. Caleb takes ball 4. The catcher Damowich is imploring Keith Baker that it hit his bat. Keith Baker not having the plea from Damowitz. It's 7-4.
Number 12,
Chris Bliscoe. Bliscoe walked and scored earlier in the inning. He's the 13th man to bat. It's 7-4 now. He takes a called strike 1. They've done it on just 4 hits. Bliscoe pops that one up. That should end the inning. Moving back is Coca. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. But 7 come in for the Anchors. We head to the third. Aiden Sakai will join me with the Anchors leading 7-4. So we move on to the top of the third. I'm joined by one of the anchor backstops, Aiden Sakai. Aiden, let's just start with this one. How'd the offense just throw up a 7 spot in the second inning?
Our offense bangs, and it just takes some time for us to see the pitches, and once we see them, we're going to bang them. I mean, not much to say about that.
Not much to say. They now lead 7-4. It was a tough first 2 innings for Tony Vasquez, struggling with the command. What would you say if you're the catcher, you go out there, you just walked 3 to load the bases? What do you say in those meetings?
I just got to remind the pitcher that, it's just me and him working out there, and just keep focusing, just keep throwing, and eventually, they'll land, and keep working on the mound,
Vasquez ahead, a ball and 2 strikes here. He's facing Gary Scanavino, the center fielder. The pitch. Ring him up, strike 3 called.
Yeah, Tony shoves. I mean, this entire summer, Tony's just gone out there and just shoved, and I mean, he's super reliable, and once he's in his groove, you're not touching him.
Yeah. Tony, along with you, were named to the the BACL All-Star game. What does that honor mean to you?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, coming straight out of high school, I'm really honored to get this, to be honored like this. Honestly, didn't expect it, to be honest with you. Didn't really see it coming, but I'm very happy that I will be there.
What not to expect? You're hitting .444 and getting on base at a 500 clip. You're obviously feeling good at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in the beginning of the summer, I wasn't feeling as comfortable at the plate, but as the summer wore on, I really think I got comfortable, let the pitchers throw to me, slowed the game down, and I mean, I'm seeing the ball pretty well, so.
Yeah, you said you're one of the few guys that have just come out of high school. You're facing older guys and presumably better competition. What's that like? What's that step from high school to here been for you this summer?
I mean, obviously the pitchers, everybody that we're playing is just more physical than the guys you see in high school. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't get ahead of myself. I can't try to hit a ball that I'm not seeing. So I just gotta let them throw to me, and if I let them throw to me, then I gotta do my job too. And I just gotta make it simple, really.
Let's talk about that little age adjustment on the other side. As a catcher, you're working with the staff of guys that are significantly older than you. Corey and Damian, guys like that are going into their junior, senior years, and you just haven't started in college at all. What's that like, working with the staff of guys predominantly older than you? And you've only worked with high school guys.
I mean, it's a great learning experience. I mean, I get to see how guys, they're sharper, they're more precise. I mean, even just yesterday, Corey was shoving. He found his pitch, found his sinker, and I mean, he knew what he wanted to do, and it's fun to almost learn the thought process and see how they prepare for the games.
Yeah, my next question is, obviously the relationship between a catcher and a pitcher, that battery is so crucial. You're being thrown into a new environment, you're working guys you've never seen with. You guys only had 1 team practice before the start of the year. What's it like working with a brand new staff?
At some points it can be difficult because you kind of have to feel the groove of the pitcher, get him in rhythm. But I mean once we find the rhythm, once we find what we're comfortable throwing, like with Nevin Lee, he was the first guy that I caught. He's the guy I caught my first game. We had some growing pains in the beginning, but I mean we figured it out, and me and Nev worked really well together.
Yeah, Nevin Lee not going to be with the ball club the second half of the season.
Okay.
Let's talk about a couple weeks ago. You had a pitching performance of yourself. You're not listed on this roster as a pitcher at all. You come out there, had yourself a great 9th inning.
Yeah. I mean, I pitched my sophomore year. I was a starter. It doesn't show up on Max Reps because we use Game Changer, but.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. So I started my sophomore year, and then didn't pitch like 1 game junior year. Didn't throw it all senior year, and I heard our coach asked if anyone wanted to pitch, and I was like, no better time than now to get back into it.
Okay, we'll talk more with Aiden on the other side as Vasquez quickly retires the side with 3 strikeouts. 3.5 in the books. The Anchors leading the Seals 7-4. Wetzel leads off the inning. I'll once again be joined by
Number 0,
Aiden
Brady
Sakai. Wetzel leads off against Betancourt, takes low and inside. Vasquez struggled mightily with his command the first 2 innings, walking 5, but he just struck out the side as we were talking last inning. From up here in the booth, did you see anything that changed from him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Tony looks like he just settled in, found his rhythm. I mean, Tony's a great pitcher. He's very reliable. It was actually a little strange to see him struggling the way he was, but I mean, that last inning we saw what the normal Tony's like, and it's awesome watching him pitch.
Yeah, both Tony Vasquez and Aiden Sakai will be representing the Anchors at the BACL All-Star Game this Saturday, and you're working as Wetzel bounces that one to short. Abbott's throw in time to get him one down. Wetzel was flying up the line, but Abbott's throw in time. The leadoff man is out here in the bottom half of the third. You've obviously, like,
Number 2,
in high school, the catchers you've
worked.
worked with, must have worked with for at least a few years. You're in school with them. What's it like working with completely new guys, Caleb and Atticus? Caleb, obviously a couple years older than you. What have you like learned anything new, and what's that experience like being in a catching room with you guys?
I mean, yeah, you talk about Caleb being an older catcher. I mean, it's been great, working with him and learning from him, because he's obviously a very, very experienced guy coming from a program like Delta. Addy, I mean, just watching the process, just watching how he prepares for games, and he's so meticulous with his pregame stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've picked up so much stuff, like whether it's just like the process, the receiving, the throwing. I mean, it's everything. These guys are dogs, ball players.
What about Marciano Reichel? None of the other teams in this league have a former player that was a catcher on the coaching staff like this. I feel like you're very lucky to have that. He played catcher in college and overseas. Jack loses the race to the bag over at first. There's quickly 2 down. You have a guy like Reichel. He played catcher at a more professional level. What have you learned from him? Talked to him at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great having having that figure in the dugout. After every inning, I come back and there's always something new to learn. It's whether it's something small that he saw that maybe less experienced eye wouldn't have seen or picked up. It's a great figure to have. That day in and day out, I feel like I've grown a lot as a player with this team, and in part due to Coach Luciano.
Yeah, so you finished up. That ball's popped up by Home, out towards shallow left. Moving out is Abbott. He can't make the play. The throw to second, and Kai Home is out. It's the second E6. They get him anyway. The second out on the base path's made, and the inning's just flying by with Aiden Sakai here. We'll talk to him once more in the top of the first. Anchors get nothing across. They still lead at 7-4. Kyle Abbott leads off. Vasquez has walked him twice in 2 trips, but struck out the side last inning. Here, Abbott swings first pitch, bloops one into left. Tackless comes on, dives, and he makes the catch. What a play by Aiden Tackless. Coming on, just kept coming in, went into a headlong dive, and he made the catch. An eventful first out on just 1 pitch. Still here with Aiden Sakai, Anchor's catcher. Vasquez settling in nicely after a rough first 2 frames. You finished up at Hillsdale High School just this spring. How was your experience like playing baseball there?
It was great. I was surrounded by guys that I'd played with since I was like 9 or 10, and it was great. Just to play with them all those years. Going into the seat to the playing with the Anchors, I hadn't caught all high school year, so I mean it was great, kind of shaking the rust off with these guys.
Yeah, so you're in a very different environment than you were then. You were playing with guys who you've known since you were 9 or 10. Now you're playing with guys you just met the week before. What's that process like? You're now halfway through the year, but what was the growing pains like in that clubhouse with just a completely new set of guys?
I mean, obviously, getting to know them, it's a little quiet sometimes, but I feel like I'm comfortable around these guys, and I mean, every day I'm learning. We have such great role models in the clubhouse, like from all these older guys. Just watching them work is it's nice.
That one's grounded hard and through the right side. A single for Ashton Gillio. He's on base for the 3rd time today. And so you finished up at Hillsdale High School. You're heading over to Santa Rosa Junior College in the fall. What was that process like, deciding how you wanted to continue your baseball path after high school?
I knew I wanted to play college ball. The biggest question was just whether it be a 4-year or a JC, or whether I take the JC route. I talked with a lot of coaches and guys that I respected in the game, and I came to the decision to go to a JC, and then it came to the decision of which one. But then, I decided to go to Santa Rosa because I played against that coach since I was 13, and I love the way that he's just always on you. He's forcing you to play every pitch and just compete every pitch, and he's a real old school guy, and I think that's kind of a figure that I'm gonna need.
It's 2 balls and no strikes to Gavin Ducker. It's now 3-0. Vasquez losing the command a little bit again. What are you seeing?
No, I mean, after every inning, you're a little cold, and like that pick right there he's just finding his release point, finding his rhythm. I have full faith in him that he's gonna shove like he did last inning.
You said that you hadn't played catcher all of the high school season, as this one's bounced toward short, could be 2. Wetzel home. Kai can't get it out of his glove. So it's a fielder's choice for Gavin Ducker. Ashton Gillio erased. You can hear some chirp from here. You can only hear the chirping down in the dugout. Who are the guys who are real vocal down there in that Anchor's dugout down the 3rd base line?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everybody. I don't really want to say some names, but it's definitely a fun dugout to be in. There's always something interesting. I'm not gonna say no names, but Corey Houston is definitely one of them. But it's all of us. It's such a blast being in that dugout.
Yeah, and as we round out the top of the 4th, there's 2 outs. You said you hadn't caught it all. What's it been like? Now you're throwing in what is, yes, a 3-man catching rotation, but you're catching a lot. That one's spoiled foul down the right side. What's that going from not catching it all the second half of your senior season to now being thrown in there 2 to even 4 times a week?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the first game, especially with it being 9 innings. We play 7 innings in high school. I was definitely feeling it after the first day, but I mean, since then I feel great. I mean,
that has to be a jump for a catcher. That's 6 more outs. You're back behind the dish.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt it again, like I said, the first day. But I mean, I feel great. You know, I feel great now. You know, you just kind of figure it out.
Thank you for joining me, Aiden. Good luck in the All-Star game this Saturday and in the second half of the season. We're on to the last of the fourth. The Anchors leading the Seals 7-2. Aiden Tackless leads off the last of the fourth for the Anchors after just making that stunning diving catch out in left field. Let's see what he can do with the bat. He's singled and walked his 2 times to the plate. Beg your pardon, he's walked twice in 2 trips. Yet, have an AB. This one is off the corner and he's ahead in the count 2-0, looking to walk for the 3rd time today. The light shining, yet to take full effect. The 2-0, a called strike over the outside corner, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Aiden Tackless, Michael Weber, and Brendan Bell. Wait, that one's chopped to first. High hop for Ducker, who takes it to the bag himself. The putout goes 3 unassisted, and Aiden Tackless is retired for the first time today. That brings up Michael Weber. Michael's popped out to center. He also walked and scored.
Number 36, Michael Weber.
That one's low. It's 1 ball in, no strikes. Action in the pen for the Anchors. Francisco Aguayo looking to just make his 2nd appearance. Weber check swing, fouls it at the plate. It's 1-1. Held up, but a running fastball. He clipped the bat, and it's ball and a strike. The 1-1 offer is grounded to an empty right side, not hit hard. Ranging over is Wong, but he's not going to get it. A jam shot single for Michael Weber. The second baseman was playing all the way up the middle, and he just hit a weak grounder that snuck through.
Brendan Bell.
It's a hit for Weber. Brings up Brendan Bell. Bell singled twice in the 2nd inning, a frame where the Anchors scored 7 runs. Aguayo loosening in the pen. We'll see if that means it's the day for Antonio Vasquez. The 1-1 is a ball, 2-1. Beg your pardon, 1-. Oh, that's the first one to Bell with JP Boyle on deck. The 1-0 offer fouled off the mask of the catcher Damowicz, and it's 1-1. Weber leads away from first. He had a 1-out single The Anchors with a 7-4 lead now just need to piece together the last 5 innings of this game. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Devo Betancourt struggling mightily with his command. Only 2 of the 7 runs allowed are earned for Betancourt. Cut on and missed. Or tipped into the glove. It's even at 2-2. Aguayo struggled in his first BACL appearance, but he's going to have to be called upon again. 2-2. Is driven out towards left field. There's no one there. If it's fair, it's going to dunk in. One hop high off the wall. A stop sign thrown up for by Livingston for Weber. So Weber's at second. Bell just cranked to double down that left field line, and if the bats of J.P. Boyle and Brendan Bell get hot, the Anchors just added a whole lot of power to the lineup. Bell and Boyle were both away from the ball club for a while at the beginning, but both swinging hot bats today, and that brings up the other man, J.P. Boyle, who doubled and walked in the second inning. Betancourt working with a pair of runners in scoring position, trying to limit the damage in what's a 7-4 ball game. It's a weak grounder back to Betancourt, who bobbles it. He's still going to turn it to first and throw out Boyle. So Boyle, unlucky as it was just a good pitch, and on the hands, he bounced it right back to Betancourt, who knocked it down, threw him out at first. And now it comes down to Caleb Velo to try and get the runs in. 2 outs here in the home fourth. The Anchors lead at 7-4. They look for more with 2 runners in scoring position, and now 2 men out. Caleb Velo lined out to right. He also walked. All of that in the big second inning. Aguayo looks ready down in the pen, down the left field line. You'd assume he'd come in for the 5th. Velo lines it foul down the first base line. He's behind 0-2 now. No balls and 2 strikes. Betancourt still out there. Righty on righty with Caleb Velo. The 0-2 hit him, and the bases are loaded. Velo on base for the second time without getting a hit. So he's hit by a pitch. The bases are loaded for Chris Bliscoe.
Number 12, Chris Bliscoe.
Bliscoe walked, scored a run. He then popped out to end the inning as the 12th man to bat in the second. That one's grounded up the middle. The shortstop Abbott takes it to second himself, and the side is retired. No runs on 2 hits and 2 left. On to the 5th. Anchors 7, Seals 4. Francisco Aguayo into the game to pitch for the Anchors. He comes in projecting a 7-4 lead here in the top half of the fifth inning. Command was a bit of an issue last time out for Francisco as he gave up a couple runs his last appearance. Not a pitcher, usually an infielder for Derek Livingston. But the Anchors in desperate need of some arms send Aguayo out to the hill, who rocks and delivers the first pitch in there for a called strike one. Fastball from Aguayo. Aiden Sakai also available to pitch. The 0-1 misses above the zone with a breaking ball. Aguayo working quickly. The righty gets it and stares in for his sign. Rocks and delivers a 1-1. Popped up, foul back to the screen. It's 1-2. Aguayo ahead of Luis Coca. Coca, Moultrie, and Scanavina will be the three to bat. The 1-2 from Aguayo to Coca is a off-speed pitch. 55-footer misses low. It's 2-2. Aguayo stares in for his sign. Delivers a 2-2 pitch. Fastball, he yanked it. It's 3-2. Three balls and two strikes. Aguayo looking to record the first out here in the top of the fifth in just his second pitching appearance in the league up until this point. That's low ball 4. That's the first one for Aguayo.
Number 28, Elijah Moultrie.
Aguayo in one inning faced 10 batters. Gave up 4 runs all earned. He walked 5 in that one inning in his first appearance. Here, they might ask him for even more than one frame. Aguayo, same age as Sakai, yet to start his college career. Livingston, as most guys pitch and hit at the high school level, Livingston allowing some of his young position players to climb the hill and protect what's now a 3-run lead. It's 2-0 as 2 pitches miss well above the zone. Aguayo sets at the belt from the slide step. That one misses just below the knees. It's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Let's see what Aguayo delivers here. It's ball 4. 4-pitch walk. There's runners at first and second, and nobody out.
Number 5, Gary Scanavino.
That brings up Gary Scanavino with runners at first and second and no one out, and Scanavino represents the tying run. The Anchors scored 7 in the bottom of the second after the Seals jumped out to a 4-0 lead on the starter Tony Vasquez. Vasquez with the run support settled in, quietly retiring the Seals in the 4th and 5th, but now it's time for Aguayo. First pitch. Misses above the belt. It's 1-0. Action in the Seals pen as well. Runner squares to bunt. It misses. 2-0. No action in the bullpen for the Anchors. It's Aguayo's inning to finish no matter what happens. 2 walks to start it, and now he's behind 2-0. That one, a called strike on the outside edge. It's 2-1. They have been helped out a little bit by home plate umpire Keith Baker. The 2-1. That one though is called a bowl. It's 3-1. Aguayo staring in, waiting for Scanavino. The 3-1 offer. Caught on and missed. A breaking ball from Cisco. Filler up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moultrie from first. Coca from second. The 3-2 delivery from Aguayo to Scanavino. Struck him out swinging on a breaking ball. Aguayo gets the K. His second BACL K on the year. That brings up Adam Dapkowitz. A swinging strikeout for Aguayo, and now if he can induce a ground ball, he could get himself out of this inning unscathed. The pitch finds the corner. A nice frame by Caleb Velo. It's 0-1. The next one, this one misses off the corner. It's 1-1. Aguayo's pitch count steadily climbing with just 1 out. We'll see how many innings they ask Aguayo to eat. The 1-1 is popped up. Tackless has a beat on it, settles under it to make the catch. And after back-to-back walks, Aguayo's settled in just a little bit. He's retired the next 2, but he has to get Andrew Wong. The top of the lineup waits on deck. First one's high, 1-0. Anchors back in action Sunday at Twin Bill against TKB here.
Oh, the grill, yeah.
5 and 7:30, your first pitches here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. I'll be alongside there for both. Here, top half of the 5th inning, Aguayo's 1-1 in relief of Vasquez. Walked the first 2, got a strikeout and the flyout. Now picks back to second base. Aguayo, a right-handed pitcher, stares in to get his sign from Velo. Runner dancing off second base. Aguayo delivers. That one's flared out to very shallow left. Tackless on his horse, still coming on. He makes the catch as he crosses the foul line, and the inning is over. Aguayo works around back-to-back walks to open the inning. Halfway through our ball game today after 4.5. Anchors still leading the Seals 7-4. Isaac Gallo, the first man out of the pen for the Seals. He's going to face 9, 1, and 2 in the anchor order. Brady Wetzel, and then back to the top, and Jack Bollinger and Kai Home. Wetzel has singled and grounded the shortstop. Let's see what he does against the new man. He squares to punt and takes a called strike. He's behind 0-1. Wetzel's hit by the pitch in the front elbow, it seems. He heads to first base on the hit by pitch, flips the bat back towards the third base. Dugout and the Anchors have themselves a rally.
Jack Bollinger.
That brings up Jack Bollinger. Bollinger grounded out to first, grounded out to the pitcher. He also singled and scored. Time called. Brady Wetzel, obviously in pain. We're there at first, and he's good to go. Has the diving mid on. Bollinger 1 for 3. Some heads up base running. He scored the tying run, the 4th of the 7. All of them coming for the Anchors in the second. That one's fouled off towards third. The runner, Wetzel, away from first, not running. Bollinger takes outside. It's even at a ball and the strike. Isaac Galla, the new man. The righty works off the middle of the rubber. Pulls the glove hand up, sets at the letters, and delivers a 1-1 to Bollinger, who takes a big swing and a miss. He's behind 1 and 2.
Does he get a ball?
One ball and 2 strikes to Jack Bollinger. Big hole out and right. The third to second. Wetzel is safe with a stolen base. So Wetzel now in scoring position with nobody out. Bollinger took the pitch for a ball. It's 2 and 2. Aggressive base running continues to be a theme for the Anchors, looking to draw level in BACL first place. Bollinger, an emergency hack, spoils it foul. He stays alive, and the count holds at 2 and 2. Kai Home, Aiden Tackless to follow. Bollinger, a left-handed hitter. 2-2 pitch is popped up towards left. Foul ground. It's going to drop untouched. There's 2 baseballs out there now, but now we're all squared away. It's another 2-2 to Bollinger, who's working himself quite a battle. Against Isaac Galla. Runner leads from second. The pitch. Bollinger spoils another one foul. The battle continues. Pitch number 8 coming up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the home 5th. The Anchors leading 7-4. The Seals struck for the first 4 runs. The Anchors answered with the next 7. Bollinger lines that through the left side. Wetzel's going to round third. He's going to come to the plate. The throw from Collier is late. Brady Wetzel got hit by a pitch, stole second, and then winds up scoring. He manufactured that run. Bollinger, the ribby single. It's 8-4 Anchors. So a ribby single for Jack Bollinger, and that brings up Kai Home. Kai Home singled, popped out, and reached on a huge E6 with the bases loaded and runners on second and third and 2 outs in the 4th inning. Home hit a ground ball to short that would have ended the inning at a 4-2 score. Instead, Kyle Abbott kicked it. Home reached first. 2 runs scored, and the Anchors would tack on 3 more in that inning. It's now an 8-4 ball game. There goes the runner, Bollinger, the throw. In time to get him. A nice throw. Nabs Bollinger, he's the first out of the inning. The pitch was a called strike, and it's now 0-2 to Kai Home. 2-2 to Kai. Way outside, it's 1-2. Anchors 8. Seals 4, bottom of the 5th. Home, a slightly open stance from the right side, waits on a 1-2 and hits it a mile-high pop out towards right. Not very deep. Coming on to make the play is Gilio, and there's 2 away. Hayden Tackless comes to the dish. Tackless 0 for 1. He's walked twice. He also has a run scored. Here he takes a fastball. It's called ball 1. It missed low. Michael Weber, the power hitting first baseman, would be next if Tackless can extend the inning. That one though misses low, and it's 2-0 now to Aiden Tackless.
Thank you.
2 balls and no strikes to Aiden Tackless. But 2-0 finds the outer corner. It's 2-1. A late call from home plate umpire Keith Baker. The 2-1 offer misses inside. 3-1 to Aiden Tackless. Three balls, 1 strike to Tackless. Wetzel was hit by a pitch, stole second, scored on a Bollinger single. Bollinger himself was eventually caught stealing second as Tackless lines one into right field. A very hard-hit single off the bat of Tackless. He's on base for the 3rd time today.
Number 36, Michael Weber.
That brings up Michael Weber. Weber walked, singled, and flied to center in 3 trips. First one misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Brendan Bell, who's 3 for 3, is on deck. If Weber can continue to extend the inning for the Anchors. Fastball misses low and in. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. No action in the Anchor pen. You'd assume Aguaya will be asked for a 2nd inning of relief. Curveball finds the bottom of the zone. It's 2-1. Big hole on the right side. The 2-1 outside 3-1. Tackless aboard at first with a 2-out single. Weber ahead in the count, 3-1. Takes ball 4. Isaac Gala is struggling in his first inning of relief. So there's runners at first and second.
Number 27, Brendan Bell.
Bell singled and was thrown out at second. That was to lead off the second inning. The Yankees would eventually hang up 7 runs with a huge 2-out rally. He singled again in that inning and then doubled in the fourth. That one is spiked and it gets through the catcher. Tackless gets a late break. The throw to third skips by him. And Aiden Tackless was about to go back to second base, but Michael Weber was all the way there. Tackless didn't get a good read on it. It was almost thrown out of third base with a good throw. You can almost charge 2 errors to the backstop. Runners lead from second and third. The 1-0 delivery is low, 2-0. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Brendan Bell. Not a guy you want to be behind in the count to. He fouls that one straight back towards us. It's 2-1. The Yankees leading at 8-4, looking to extend with runners at second and third. Bell hits a high chopper straight down the line at third. Gloved by Coca's throw across the diamond isn't in time. Nice scoop by Ducker at the other end. The inning's over, on to the 6th. 8-4 Anchors. Top of the lineup comes up against Francisco Aguayo in for his second inning of relief. Antonio Vasquez went the first 4. First pitch from Aguayo misses for ball 1. Francisco, usually an infielder, in for his second inning of relief. Aguayo's 1-1, misses high, 2-1. Aguayo misses outside, it's now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 offer from Aguayo, and he starts this one as he started the last with a leadoff walk. Kyle Abbott has walked for the 3rd time today. That brings up Ashton Gillio.
Ashton Gillio.
Gillio has walked twice, scored twice. He also has a single. That one sent out towards right. And to make the play is Bell, and a quick out as he retires Gillio
Number 13,
on the
Gavin
F9.
Ducker.
That brings up Gavin Ducker. Ducker had a 2-ribby single in the first. He walked in the second, hit into a force play in the fourth. Runner leads from first with 1 out. Still no action in the anchor pen. We'll see how many outs they can squeeze out of Francisco Aguayo. That's a mile-high pop-up. Very shallow right. Home out, Bell in. Bell settles under it, and 2 pitches and 2 outs after the walk. Aguayo yet to give up a hit. He walked the first 2 he faced back in the 5th inning, went strikeout, fly out to end that inning. He starts the first hitter in the 6th with a walk, goes fly out here. That one is low. It's 1-0. A ball and no strikes. The pitch fouled back to the screen. It's 1-1. Boyle, Velo, and Bliscoe will be the 3 for the Anchors, who have now given Aguayo a 4-run cushion, and Aguayo, for that matter, is in line for the win if results hold here. That one's cut on and missed. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cam Collier, 0 for 3. That one gets past Bliscoe down the third base line. Collier's going to head towards second. Tackless won't make a throw. It was a weird knuckling little bouncer down the line. I think Shalom Rosenberg, the new third baseman, couldn't come up with it. Bliscoe out of the game. That looks to be the lone substitution.
Was that a hit?
It goes as a double off the bat. Rosenberg couldn't come up with it. It was a little squibber. Took 2 hops and ate up Rosenberg. So it's a double for Cam Collier. To third on the play goes Kyle Abbott. That's called a ball how it's 2 balls and no strikes. That's Collier's first hit of the ball game. That brings up Luis Coca. Coca led off last inning against Aguayo with a walk. Coca's second appearance against Aguayo this game. Luis, 2-ribby single of his own to go along with a walk and a fly out to left. He's ahead in the count 2-1 on Aguayo, who delivers. It's a mile-high pop. Rosenberg ranging to the line. He cannot make the play as it drops untouched under the lights.
What's going on? I think the Bermuda Triangle.
It's now 2-2. Offer with 2 outs. Aguayo delivers. Ring him up right down the middle. And Luis Coca knew it. And the Anchors come pouring out of their dugout to congratulate their shortstop, who's just turned in 2 shutout innings in relief. On to the last of the 6. The Anchors doubling up the Seals 8-4. Bottom of the 6th inning will be led off by J.P. Boyle. Will be followed by Caleb Velo. And Shalom Rosenberg into the game for Bliscoe. You'd assume he'd hit third this frame. Boyle has walked doubled. He's also grounded out to first. He's behind here, 0-1 to Isaac Gala in for his second inning of relief. Boyle, left-handed hitter, open stance, lots of raw power, takes a curveball inside. It's 1-1. Boyle owns one of 2 home runs here for the Anchors at Pat Bale Field. Crushed a couple just foul down the line yesterday. But temperature continues to drop since first pitch. It would be tough to get one out here after we started late. It's almost up on 9 o'clock. Anchors not used to playing games this late in the day here at Pat Bale Field. Time called at the plate by JP before a 1-2 offer from Gala. Foul back to the screen. He stays alive. Right on a fastball from Gala. Just swung under it and fouls it back. The battle continues at 1-2. Caleb Velo out on deck. Rosenberg next. So that closes the book on Bliscoe, who went 1 for 3. He walked, beg your pardon, then hit with the bases loaded twice and was retired both times. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes as Boyle fouls yet another one off. Another 2-2 from Gala. Check swing, did he go? No, it's high, filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And J.P. Boyle gets a heck of an at-bat and works himself a walk.
Number 9, Caleb Velo.
That one's in there for a cold strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. That one's in there as well. And Vela quickly behind. Caleb lined out to left, walked and was hit by a pitch. Still looking for his first hit of the day. The catcher Velo calls time before an 0-2 pitch. Boyle led off the inning with a walk after working a 10-pitch battle with Gala. Velo takes a called strike 3 on a breaking ball. He can't believe it, but he's down a looking. And there's one away. That brings up Shalom Rosenberg. Rosenberg, coming off injury, has been away from the ball club for a month. Had his first appearance defensively, struggled in the top half of this inning. It looks like Cisco Aguayo is going to be asked to work a 3rd inning, as there's no action down the pen for the Anchors, a team searching desperately for any outs from their ball club. The only other pitcher on the roster today, Damian Lapuz, threw 70-plus pitches 2 days ago. And so Aguayo and Sakai, I would guess, would be the 2 to try and round out the last 3 innings. This one misses, and Rosenberg's ahead 2-1 in his first at-bat in over a month for the Alameda Anchors. Happy to have Shalom back with the club. We'll see what his bat can do on a 2-1. A late call, and looks like that one clipped the very top of the zone. It's all even at 2-2. Caleb Brady, beg your pardon, Wetzel out on deck. 2-2. Rosenberg hits a nubber out towards third. It's going to be a tough play. Charging his Coca. His throw across the diamond is in time. Coca playing a very strong third base today. So Rosenberg is retired. Moving to second on the sacrifice is Boyle. And now if Brady Wetzel can get one to the outfield, the Anchors can tack on another run. But putout goes 6-3. Wetzel has singled, been hit by a pitch, stolen a base, grounded to short. He has scored 2 of the Anchors' 8 runs. That one almost hit him. He spins out of the way. One ball and no strikes to Brady Wetzel. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses well outside. It's now 2-0. Brady way ahead of Isaac Gala. The right-handed pitcher checks second and delivers his 2-0. That one outside as well. And it's 3-0 to Wetzel with the leadoff man, Jack Bollinger, who's already singled twice, waiting on deck. 3-0 to Wetzel. We'll see if he has the green light. He does not. He thought it was ball 4. Keith Baker disagrees as it clipped the knees. It's 3-1. Wetzel swings here, fouls it off, filler up. It's 3-2. More action down in the pen for the Seals. The Anchors looking to draw into a tie for first place in the BACL. Brady Wetzel draws ball 4. An Anchors team that's been so good in league play, but are really struggling mightily in out-of-league games.
Number 2, Jack Bollinger.
Jack Bollinger, 2 for 4 on the day. They're 10-5 in league, and I think 10-12 overall. But winning league games is all that matters. They'll improve to 10-4 if they can close this one out. Jack takes up and away. Counts even at 1-2. 1-1, beg your pardon. Runners lead from first and second. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jack takes way outside. It's 2-1. Bollinger grounded to the pitcher in the first, singled in the second, grounded to first in the third, singled again in the fifth. The 2-1 is low. Beg your pardon, it was a called strike 2. And it is 2-2. Jack Bollinger incredulously stares down to his third base coach, Derek Livingston. The 2-2. That one misses well inside. A fastball brushes Bollinger back. Filler up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be set free on the pitch. The 3-2, there they go. Bollinger strikes out swinging on a high fastball, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We roll on to the 7th inning here at Pat Bale Field. 8-4. Cisco's first pitch of the bottom of the 7th is called for ball 1. He started off the first 2
Elijah Moultrie.
with walks. This one's grounded hard, but foul down the third base line, and Aiden Sakai is the new pitcher warming in the pen for the Anchors. It's a ball and a strike here to Moultrie. Moultrie, Scanavino, and Damkowicz are going to try and muster up a rally against Francisco Aguayo in just his second BACL appearance. Cisco usually spends his time roaming the infield for the Anchors. He's ahead 1-2 to Elijah Moultrie. Moultrie singled, walked, and grounded into a forced play to end the second.
Did you say that song was titled The Boots?
Yeah.
The 1-2 offer. Struck came out swinging. Back-to-back Ks dating back to last frame, his third of the appearance. And he just blew one right past Moultrie, and that brings up Gary Scanavino. Scanavino struck out twice and
Number 5,
walked.
Gary Scanavino.
The one of 3 strikeout victims for Aguayo today. Aguayo rocks and delivers way high, 1-0. Rosenberg for Bliscoe, the lone substitution for the Anchors defensively. That one's in there for a called strike, 1-1. You'd hope Aguayo finishes out the 7th, and then you turn to Aiden Sakai for 2. Good pitch from Aguayo. Middle, but it misses in off the corner. It's 2 balls and a strike. Yanks a fastball, 3-1. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kieran Costa here at the College of Alameda. Top half of the 7th inning. The Anchors on top of the Seals 8-4. Seals put up 2 in the first, 2 in the second. The Anchors answered with a 7 spot. They tacked on 1 in the 5th. And here we stand at 8-4. Join me on Sunday for a twin bill. 5 o'clock, and then about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the first game, hoping for 5 and 7:30. Here you can come down to Pat Bale Field or tune in here at 4:55 on Sunday for the next Anchors home game. The 3-2 offer, filler up and ring him up. 3 strikeouts in a row. There's 2 away in the frame. Scanavino flipped his bat. He thought he'd drawn a walk. The home plate umpire, Keith Baker, disagrees. Francisco Aguayo has found his groove here in his 3rd inning of work.
Now up for the Seals, Elijah Igawa, number 34.
Elijah Igawa comes off the bench to hit for the catcher. That goes to an 0 for 3. That one sent out towards center. Bollinger drifts back, settles under it to make the catch, and Aguayo has just turned in 3 shutout frames, just what a very depleted Anchors staff needed. Time to stretch here in Alameda. 8-4. Kai Home leads off the last of the 7th against the new pitcher, Dylan Finelli. Isaac Gallo went 2 innings, giving up just the 1 run. Kai Home takes one that misses high. It's 2-0 to the Anchors' second baseman. Kai's singled, reached on an error, and flown out to right twice. That one misses badly. It's 3-0. Aiden Sakai still up and loosening down that left field line. Home ahead, 3-0. Takes that one, a breaking ball in there. You don't see many 3-0 breaking balls. You just want to get one over the plate, and he did it there, and now it's 3-1. Home grounds it foul down the first base line. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Home will be followed by Aiden Taklas and Michael Weber. The 3-2, Home takes inside. Oh my goodness, Keith Baker just rung him up. And there's one away. Kai Home can't believe it, and to be quite honest, neither can I. Curveball looked like it missed well inside. Kai Home flipped the bat down the third base line and then turned around to see that Keith Baker rung him up. So Home goes down looking. That brings up Aiden Taklas. I think Telly Hill's come out on deck. Taklas drives it foul back to the screen.
Number 6.
Telly, right?
Telly Hill.
No balls and 1 strikes. Taklas was on that one, but he fouled it straight back. Fouls this one straight back as well, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Taklas, who's walked twice, singled, and bounced to first. He awaits an 0-2 pitch. The righty sets at the belt and delivers. Taklas takes low. It's 1-2. The 1-2 offer. Taklas serves one out towards center. Not deep. Scanavini moves over and makes the catch. There's 2 away.
Now up for the Anchors, number 6, Telly Hill.
Hopefully we don't have to play Benny Hill for television.
That one's grounded to third. Picked over there, the throw across the diamond gets Telly, and the inning is over. On to the 8th. 8-4.
Focus on the outside.
Andrew Wong leads off the inning. It's going to be 9-1-2 in the top half of the 8th inning. Francisco Aguayo out for his 4th inning of work. Wong swings first pitch and bounces it foul towards Rosenberg down to 3rd. Wong 0 for 3. Popped out to Brady Wetzel at short. Aiden Tackleston left. He also struck out.
Landry's on that.
Isaiah Landry in left field replacing Aiden Tackless.
Telly's still getting up first.
Aiden Sakai up and ready in the bullpen if Aguayo gets in trouble. The pitch is up and away, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes. That one misses as well, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 offer is popped foul, and the battle continues between Wong and Aguayo. Two balls and 2 strikes. Aguayo delivers. Outside, filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sakai just standing and waiting down that left field line in the dugout. He is ready to go whenever Livingston calls upon him. 6 outs to get for the Anchors, protecting an 8-4 lead. Fastball way high, he walked him, and Aguayo started 3 of his 4 innings with a walk. Derek Livingston staying put for the moment down that in that third base dugout. And that brings up the top of the lineup in Kyle Abbott. Abbott's drawn 3 walks today to go along with the flyout. Bunts here, but bunts it foul.
So far, so good. Rockies. Trubisky, right?
So leadoff walk for Andrew Wong, and the top of the lineup's going to try and muster up a rally. Abbott, Gilio, and Ducker the next 3 to bat.
Hydras.
Via 1, Aguayo from the slide step misses low. It's even out of ball and a strike. That one is driven down the left field line, hooking foul, and it's a long strike 2. The 1-2. Anchor dugout wanted to ring him up. Keith Baker disagrees, and we're even at 2-2. The 2-2 delivery is popped foul. The battle continues between these two.
He's in hard.
The 2-2 pitch coming from Aguayo, but he steps off to check first. That one's driven out towards left. Chasing Landry back, still back. 1 step shy of the track. He makes the running catch, and a very loud first out for Kyle Abbott. And Derek Livingston's going to continue to ask Aguayo for just one more out. Sakai just standing and waiting down the third base line.
Now up for the Seals, number 8, Trey Brooks.
Oh, Marcelo's in there? Hey, so far,
That brings up Ashton Gilio. Gilio's walked. That one's chopped towards third, could be 2. Rosenberg goes to second for 1. The relay to first, and they didn't get either of them. Rosenberg's throw was too high, and it pulled Kai home off the bag. And just like that, the E6 on Rosenberg on the the E5 on Rosenberg on the high throw puts runners at first and second. Sakai up and loosening again, as this could be Aguayo's last hitter. That one's high. He induced what could have been a double play ball if it perfectly turned. Instead, the Anchor defense couldn't even get one out behind him, as Rosenberg sailed the throw to home, who did a nice job to just keep it in the infield. That one's in there for a called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners lead from first and second. Eric Luchis comes off the bench to hit for Cam Collier. The 1-1 is line foul, third base side. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch outside, evened up at 2-2. 2-2 offer from Aguayo. Lined hard but foul down the third base line. The battle continues at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Anchors are back home Sunday for a twin bill. Join us starting at 4:45. 2-2, runner leads from first and second with 1 out. Aguayo delivers. Ring him up, curveball! The 4th K of the outing. And there's 2 away.
Number 18, Darius Bradley.
Darius Bradley.
know this guy? Who is that?
First pitch misses from Aguayo. Aguayo out for his 4th inning of work in relief of Tony Vasquez, who gave up 4 earned over 4 frames. Aguayo's worked 3 2/3 shutout. The 1-0 is caught on and missed. Had him fooled badly. It's even at 1-1. The 1-1 offer is fouled off, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes, and Aguayo is 1 strike away from turning in 4 shutout frames for the Anchors. In a day where pitching was very scarce on the roster, Aguayo's come out here and done his job. That one's popped foul down the first base line. Infield plays normal depth. The center fielder, Bollinger, 1 step towards right. The 1-2 from Francisco Aguayo. He struck him out swinging. 4 shutout innings from Francisco Aguayo. Anchors lead it 8-4. Brendan Bell takes ball 1. Swings here and pops it up out of play, first base side. Aiden Sakai stopped loosening. You wonder if they ask Aguayo for a 5th inning. The 1-1 runs off the corner and Bell's ahead 2-1. Brendan's 3 for 4, a couple singles, a double, and a ground out to second, and here he's way ahead 3-1. JP Boyle and Caleb Velo, the next 2 to bat here in the home 8th. That's hit a mile high to the left side of the infield. Abbott comes over and 2 steps towards third, makes the catch, 1 down.
You take that.
That brings up JP Boyle. Boyle's walked twice, doubled, and grounded out to the pitcher. Here he's ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Close pitch, misses, it's 2-0. Aiden Sakai or Francisco Aguayo, the 2 options for the 9th. Or Atticus Gonzalez can also pitch, Derek Livingston said before the game, but it's now 3 balls and no strikes, and that one misses, and Boyle's walked for the 3rd time today. Caleb Velo comes up for his
Number 9, Caleb
5th
Velo.
trip. He's flown out, walked, been hit by a pitch, and K'd. Marcus Aranda is going to come
Marcus
pinch
Aranda.
hit for Caleb Velo. Velo on the day. Walked, was hit by a pitch, lined out, and struck out. The throw to second goes into center field, and moving to third is JP Boyle. The throw there is going to be... Get him! Boyle didn't slide. He overran the base, and he was tagged out. There's 2 away. Aranda pinch hits for Velo. Aranda on the roster as the 4th catcher. Sakai, Velo, and Gonzalez get a line share of the at-bats, but Aranda picks one up here. Had an RBI standing out at first base. Boyle thrown out at third. There's now 2 down. Aranda takes a breaking ball for a strike. It's 1-2. 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Aranda strikes out swinging. The inning is over. On to the 9th. The Anchors 3 outs away from drawing level at the top of the BACL. Find out on the other side. Top of the ninth, Aguayo's still out there. His first one's grounded up the middle. It eats up Wetzel. Goes as a single, skip past Wetzel, and the first runner is on, and the Seals really need to rally. The Seals put up 2 in the first and 2 in the second off Tony Vasquez. The Anchors have scored 8 unanswered since then, and Francisco Aguayo, usually the infielder for the Anchors, is looking to turn in 5 shutout innings. He's gone 4 up until this point, throwing up nothing but zeros. Anchors back home on Sunday for 2 7-inning games against TKB. The 0-1 from Aguayo is a mile-high pop-up. Home now playing third. Aguayo's changing over himself. No one makes a play as it hits the railing of the dugout. Either way, Aguayo is ahead 0-2.
Marcus at second.
Marcus Jang now in the game at second base. Wetzel still at shortstop. Hill over at first. So third to first is Home, Wetzel, Marcus, Jang, and Telly Hill. Shalom Rosenberg out of the game. Sakai loosening once again in the left field pen. A good day to keep the arm loose for Aiden if he never comes in. Aguayo, though, tasked for finishing this one out. A leadoff single. He now has an exhitter 0-2. Ring him up, breaking ball over the corner. And the Anchors now 2 outs away from getting to first in the BACL. Lots of baseball yet to be played. That as it may, your first year as a team, drawing level with the West Coast Kings Gold for top would be a good achievement for this team and verify what should be pretty good seeding come the BACL playoffs later this month. Caught on and missed. It's 0-1. Aguayo looking to turn 2 and end the ball game. His middle infield played to do the same. Marcus Jang out at second base. Wetzel at short. The 0-1, Aguayo misses badly. Nice block! The throw down to second goes into center field from Aranda. Either way, it's a stolen base. It's ball 1. It's 1-1, and the runner now in scoring position. That runner, though, irrelevant. You're surprised to see him running in a 4-run game. You need a lot more than that to get back in it. Aguayo's 1-1 is served out towards left. It's going to dunk it. No! Beg your pardon, Isaiah Landry goes into a slide to make the play. I thought that one was telegraphed for a ribby single up the bat. Isaiah Landry had other plans as he ranged towards the line, went into a slide to make the play. There's 2 away.
That was good.
And now it's the last chance for
Number 34.
the Seals. Aguayo looking to turn in 5 shutout innings. Elijah Igawa in for the second time. Aguayo checks second. And delivers. Whoa, it's 1-0.
It would have been good if he would have done
1-0 from Aguayo. Is low, 2 balls and no strikes. The runner way off second base. Aguayo yet to pick back. 2-0's high. It's now 3-0. The 3-0 offer in there for a called strike. You get me over fastball. It's 3-1. Sakai ready. And now in the dugout next to Derek Livingston, waiting to go into this ball game. If Aguayo can't finish it out, but his 3-1. That's a called strike too. Filler up, and Aguayo now is strike away from securing an anchor victory. Aguayo checks the runner at second, stares in to get his sign from Miranda. Gets the one he likes, sets at the belt, and delivers a 3-2. Slow ball 4, and the ball game continues. A free pass. And that brings in
Number 25, Andrew Wong.
the lefty Andrew Wong. The 9-hitter tonight has 0 for 3. He's also drawn a walk. Aguayo trying to end it right here. The pitch is high ball 1. What's been a very big zone all night from Keith Baker is closed up here in the top of the 9th. 1-0. That one runs off the corner. It's 2-0. Offer is bounced towards third. Charging is home, throws to first, and the ball game is over. 5 shutout innings from Francisco Aguayo. He gets the win in an 8-4 Anchors. The win goes to Tony Vasquez in the scorebook. Francisco Aguayo, a 5-inning save as he shut down the Seals and secured an 8-4 Anchor win. With that win, the Anchors move to 10-4 in BACL play and are tied with West Coast Kings Gold atop the Bay Area Collegiate League. Anchors win it 8-4. I'll see you on Sunday for a twin bill against TKB. For Tony Sakachi putting on this whole operation, I'm Kieran Costa saying so long from the East Bay.